So the disciples go around getting folks to sit down. Now, the other Gospels give us a lot more detail about this miracle. Mark tells us that the folks sat in groups of hundreds and fifties. Matthew describes Jesus as looking towards heaven and breaking the loaves, giving the food to the disciples to distribute. John just says Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed the food. The accounts of this miracle in the other Gospels are focused on Jesus' compassion for the crowd. The crowd is described as lost sheep. Jesus heals some folks in the crowd and he teaches some folks in the crowd. But John's focus is on the disciples and really on their interaction with Jesus. And folks, as strange as this may sound, that is where we need to be focused when we serve. Service focused on the crowd is certainly better than no service at all. But if we serve and we make it about the ones we are helping, we are really kind of missing the point of helping. We serve God out of thanks and gratitude for what he's done for us. We serve God out of obedience because he's instructed us to serve. But folks, the very best reason to ever serve God is simply faith. We serve because we trust. And yes, serving based on our ego or our pride, or serving based on guilt or shame, or serving in some vain attempt to try to earn God's approval is definitely worse than serving based on the crowd. But serving based on the crowd, the size of the crowd, who's in the crowd, what they want or desire, has its own set of traps and pitfalls. If we're serving strictly based on the size of the crowd, we can easily get overwhelmed by the size of the crowd. If we're serving based on who's in the crowd, we can start having priorities and favoritism. If we're serving based on their wants, we might completely ignore their real need. Serving God should always be about God.